What's up, guys? Episode 8 here with the Tale Untold with Eliss and Brandon, also known as Bam. I keep calling him Bam because I don't know why. That's all I've ever known him as.
It's so long ago. That's like 7-8 years ago.
It's his persona.
Did you go to TJ?
No.
What school did you go to?
I went to St. Albert, bruh.
You went to St. Albert?
Yeah.
Because I've always known you as Bam, but I'm trying to think of how I would have known to call you Bam.
I just knew some select choice of people.
Who'd you know at TJ, huh?
That's a really good question. No. I think the only people, Michael Donnelly. It's like the only one I knew.
Mike Donnelly. I used to play football with that guy.
Yeah, Mike. That's the only one I can think of. I knew some people from AL and LC, but honestly, it was a long time ago. I don't remember.
And when did you graduate?
2012, 2013.
And where'd you go to school?
North Bend Central.
Huh?
Yeah.
North Bend Central?
Yeah. It's like an hour west of here. We are the Tigers.
We are the Tigers,
The
mighty Tigers.
Mighty, mighty Tigers.
I am a sloth.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
like we didn't know.
Yes.
I mean, look at your dang costume. It's not even a costume, it's PJs.
It's pajamas.
It's a Kiki room.
Can we tell you why we're wearing pajamas now?
Yes.
Can we
Yes.
tell everyone why we're wearing pajamas now?
Do it.
Announcing right here
Breaking news.
with Tyler. Our CD release show, January 11th. We're having a pajama party.
Enter some sound effects, Deanna, right here. Just
Boom, boom,
or some,
boom.
some
Punching bells.
Just everything.
CD release party.
PowerPoint.
Where's it gonna be at?
It's gonna be at the waiting room.
Ooh, waiting room.
Yes.
And who's playing?
So far, we have Keeper of the Morgue and From This Day Forward and a fourth band, TBA.
Have they replied back confirming?
Not yet.
Cool.
But it's one of those things where it's like, it's the dead of winter. It's January 11th. Apparently, we're starting this polar coaster thing. And so
Polar coaster. I
it's
like
like,
it.
who wants to not wear pajamas? Come January 11th, we're going to be in pajamas.
Keeper of the Morgue, isn't that? Correct me if I'm wrong. Matt McClure.
That is not
I just had lunch with him the other day.
Yeah?
I met him for the first time. He's great.
He's a
Yeah,
really
love
great
that- love
guy.
that guy.
Yeah. So how that happened? I got done with the golf lesson. I posted on Facebook. I'm like, who wants to get lunch at 2:15?
I saw that.
That's a weird time to get
How's
lunch.
that work?
That's a great time to get lunch.
So he's like, yeah, I'll get lunch with you. And he goes, where do you want to meet at? And I said, where are you from? And he said, Omaha. And I said, well, I'm from Council Bluffs. Where do you want to meet? And he goes, we'll meet in Council Bluffs. He drove all the way from Westo.
Yep.
Never met me before. Drove all the way over to Council Bluffs to have lunch. So himself, his girlfriend, and I had lunch at some Pizza Ranch.
Hi, Paige.
Yeah, there you
What's
go,
up,
Paige.
Paige?
I just added her on Facebook today. I feel bad that I messed up her name. Or I don't know her name.
No, that's okay.
Where'd you get that?
Don't worry about it.
Tyler gave us candy to like get our blood sugar up so that we're really hyper. It's the best.
I don't need that, and you know that.
I know.
I might have asked him what their favorite candy
You
bars
sound
are.
like such a disappointed mom right there.
Well, sometimes, but I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
All right, let me ask you. How long have you... Ooh,
I am so sorry.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock.
Oh
You know what
my
that means.
gosh.
pee time.
That's exactly
It's
it.
been 45 minutes.
Yeah, that's what that means.
But anyway,
So tell us about your sloth suit. How long you had it for?
My sloth suit.
What sloth suit? You're like, which one?
So I've had this one for probably 5 or 6 years.
So you've had multiple.
So I have this, I have a cat, and I have a Gudetama.
A what?
Gudetama. He is a lazy egg.
A Gudetama.
Gudetama.
Is that from an anime?
Gudetama. Gudetama the lazy egg.
yeah, I can
It is
Google
not. It is not from a anime to my knowledge, but he's just a little egg, and he'll be like, "Not today," and he just lays on his little egg, and the yolk is his blanket, and sometimes you see his butt,
Oh,
and he is awesome.
I'm so confused. What
and
is
I,
this from?
And I may or may not be wearing that on our city release show.
oh,
What is this from?
Japan. That's all I got, dude.
But it's not from an anime.
No,
It's just a thing in Japan.
it's just a thing.
How did you find it?
Hot topic.
Okay. You're just like, hey, this is cute.
Well, my fiance used to manage one,
Oh, yeah.
so I used to know a lot about that. And then when you're just like watching or googling random anime stuff, it just pops up.
So one thing I was interested, well, I guess yesterday I found out Brandon's strange addiction.
Whatever you want to call me.
I found out he likes like power metal.
Oh God.
And I'm like,
oh, really? Oh, I didn't. Oh, I didn't know that. Anyway,
Hold on,
kind
so
of, yeah, it's kind of. Go ahead and tell us your obsession about power metal. And
Okay.
then we'll talk with you about actual good music. Who is it?
do we have a guest?
Can they be in the podcast?
You guys, what if we get murdered right now? Oh my god, this is my dream.
We're gonna be the first ones on podcast to get murdered. Okay. Deanna, answer it. He walked away?
This is the My Favorite Murder
You guys-
podcast to a whole new level.
I know, right? Was it a package?
Is it Amazon?
You guys, I don't trust anyone in a working vest.
Yeah!
It was Amazon.
I fucking
Amazon. Oh, 2 Amazon
Oh,
packages.
Amazon revealed.
For me, this is all my fault.
Amazon.
This is all.
You got like an unboxing video now. Go ahead.
Just
On
bring it
camera.
over.
It's
Come on.
my cosplay for NebCon, so
Ooh.
Ooh.
Plug it. When is it? It's in actually like 2 or 3 weeks, right?
yeah, it's beginning of November.
Are you guys gonna go?
Yes, absolutely.
What are you gonna be?
anyways, resume.
Oh, like we weren't going to. What are you gonna be?
I don't know. I'm so bad at like planning things that I don't know.
That's actually a funny story we can talk about. The band is our great ability of planning stuff.
Go for it.
Oh.
Yeah, just so you don't have to talk about power metal, but
Yeah.
Shasha.
Yeah.
Was that like the universe's way of being like, hey, don't bring it up?
Yeah. Nobody wants to listen to about power.
No.
So basically, long story short, I was probably a junior something in high school, and I, much like anybody else in my age group, Guitar Hero 3 was the thing, and Dragon Force had their song on there, which
Yep.
I absolutely hate that song by them. Through the Fire and the Flames, I cannot stand it. One thing led to another, and I found a bunch of other bands, and it kind of just became my thing. I got super into the melodic aspect of it and symphonic aspect, and it just became my thing.
I mean, they do have good voices. There was that one power metal band that made it pretty far out of Omaha. What was their name?
Don't ask me. I'm not listening to that.
Mikey Smith was their singer. Anyone at all.
Crickets.
Shoot.
Enter cricket.
Man,
noises.
sorry, Mike.
Yeah, sorry,
Shoot.
Mike.
All right. Who are you jamming right now?
Who am I jamming right now? At the moment, ATM on my way here. I
like
was
ATM.
ATM at the moment. Oh gosh.
Automated television.
I mean, I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately. I think it's because we've been like so hardcore writing and so hardcore doing a lot of music that like anytime I hear music at this moment, I'm now like my brain goes from like, oh, this is cool and relaxing to, oh, hey, by the way, you still have a lot of stuff to do
Right.
and write to. So, but I mean, normally it's the story so far is my favorite band, Manchester Orchestra. I like a mirror.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an eclectic mix.
I know. I
You're like,
really
story so far, a mirror.
Yeah. You know.
My favorite thing too is that I sent you out of those 3 bands was which one of them was power metal, and that's specifically what you wanted to fixate on.
Listen, I didn't listen to any of them. I just seen a guy with he had a big fucking head. He had blonde hair, a big old beard, and he looked like a Viking.
Which one?
I don't know.
That I sent today, or
Yeah.
Oh, that was Brothers of Metal and Orden Ogen.
Yeah, go for it. What did it sound like? Go ahead. Give us an example.
Well, Brothers of Metal. You want me to sing it?
Yeah, go for it.
I cannot sing like that. First off. But no. So I sent you initially. I think I sent you Twilight Force, Band of Horses, and Deviloof. All 3 are incredibly different bands.
Sorry.
That's all good.
I mean, I can't listen to them while I'm at work. Oh, here's a silly policy at my work that irritated me. So they said, no headphones at work. You can't listen to your headphones at work. And guess what? Girl next to me today had headphones at work. I was trying to talk to her over my little cubicle wall.
Did you tattle?
I didn't. Because I ain't no bitch.
You're not 6'9". You're not a snitch.
Yeah. I'm not about to go to jail and get out. Quick, I'm going to serve the time.
You're gonna serve the time like a man.
Yeah, I'm going to serve that time.
Yeah.
Give me 25.
Takashi, give us another album.
You actually like him?
I'm not mad at him. I mean, listen. Hey, here's my thing is that I think he can produce a good song. Like his last album before he got, imprisoned for racketeering, etc. I really enjoy it.
So, side on that, racketeering, I did not realize was still something you could technically get in trouble for, and that sounds like a gentleman's crime.
I think it's because it's a very 1920s, like racketeering.
Yeah.
Oh, he was done racketeering down there in the town.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, tell you, Takashi's down on the boulevard selling
Yeah.
stuff. You're not supposed to.
Ah.
I want to do a
You
whole
got
episode.
Irish there at the end.
Wow.
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 No, I'm on Wilson.
I
Wow.
want to do a whole episode just talking like this. Be like, hey, Brandon, what are you doing today, eh?
I love this.
Yeah, I can do like some accent. I can do a variety of accents, but they're very subpar.
Oh, I think
Oh,
you
you
do
guys
well.
gave me a great idea. So if you guys watched the Wither Decay episode, I gave them consequences, right? I quizzed them on each other.
Yes.
And then if they got the question wrong, they had to pull from like a bowl of consequences. So one of my favorite ones, I thought this was the funniest thing ever. Josh pulled one, Josh pulled one, and the consequence was he had to stand behind Nathan Schwery for a whole entire song. And it's not like he could peek out. Anytime Josh tries to move, Nathan has to move with him. So he's going to block him the whole time he's playing the song.
I really like that. Speaking of Nathan, what a good photographer. Oh my
Nathan's
gosh.
one of our main guys for that, definitely.
He's a talent and a nice human being.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
I called him the free agent of Omaha on his podcast.
The free agent of Omaha.
Yeah,
Yeah, for real.
that's
Yeah.
about right.
He pretty much just jumps into any band when they need help, and he's fucking good.
Yeah, he's talented. He is talented.
I have a couple friends over in Council Bluffs that I want to get a podcast of all three of them on. It's my friend Tim Davis, Nathan Schwery, and then I can't remember who the other one is. It's another guitarist. Oh my god, I'm drawing a blank. I have a group chat with them, but they all play guitar and they post videos on Facebook, and I'm just like, oh, and Daniel Carr, and I go, just please.
Oh yeah, Dan.
I'm like, just jam for the life of me. I just want to see all you guys get together and just
Yeah.
blow each other's minds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the way you build. Is like you get these creative musicians together. Like you said, you're more trained in jazz and older type of music, and then your guitarist John. What would you say he does?
Gent.
He
Yeah.
jazz.
He's a talented guy where he can really like the things that go on in his brain. It's very musically based.
It's
'cause-
very musical. I mean, he self-taught himself how to play Spanish flamenco style and all of that kind of stuff, and he's utilized it correctly. I mean, because he can't put the technical term to it, like he could play something like, oh, that was a diminished run with like a flatted eighth or just some random stuff like that, or
No clue. Oh,
and he'll just be like, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
he's got a very raw talent for it. And then he does, lo-fi stuff as well. So here he is writing some hard stuff for us. And then he turns around and he's got this like chill, like lo-fi side.
When we were up recording, in between takes when the guitars weren't going, he's just sitting there jamming, writing a lo-fi album.
Yeah.
In between.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he wasn't up there, he's just sitting there jamming, writing a lo-fi album.
Yeah. And it's good.
And it's great.
Crudo.
Carudo Music.
Well, yeah, we'll have to plug that too.
K-O-R-U-D-O. One of them has a weird squiggle on top of it.
With the thingy.
The thing. It's like,
Jigger.
The thingy-majigger, the little squiggle.
I don't know
The
which
thingy.
one it's on.
I think it's the O with the flat. Crude O flat.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
bet.
I was gonna say we might have to do some research. Pull it up.
Oh, flat.
I'm sorry,
O
John.
with the flat. Yeah.
Sorry,
It's like
Frost.
one of those things where we have to like put the text on there, like Crudo.
No, find it. Carudo bet.
Were we just talking about a spelling quiz?
Yeah. Go ahead and spell that for us.
K A.
I just love it. Whenever you watch spelling bees, they're like, give me a word. Go ahead.
Anti-disestablishmentarian.
Oh my god. Okay, calmly this time. What was the word?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
And then just go like this. They'll have to start like way up here, like,
Like up at the neck at this point.
and then they look up and they go T-H, and they just it's
keep
so
going with
it's
it.
so funny watching the spelling bee. And why is it on ESPN?
I mean, it gets hardcore. My mom is actually like a head honcho type person in the spelling bee.
Oh, is she
And
really?
Yes, she is. She's been going to spelling bees. I'm sorry I never went, Mom. Like, I'm the failure of the family, but
You know what makes spelling bees better? If they add consequences. So you finish 64th, you have to ride, well, I'm trying to think of a consequence. Like 64, if you finish anywhere from like 50 to 64, you have to fight each other.
You gotta remember, these kids are like 10.
I don't care.
I feel like some families are like that though. Like, have you seen, there was like an entire like episode about, or not episode, like the series of these kids who are so freakishly smart, like they're genius kids, and they were in this like contest to see who the smartest is. And these parents I'll tell ya. Like, I don't understand. My parents were always like, "Oh, if it's your dream, go for it." But these parents they're hardcore.
Yeah.
They're mean.
What would you say your dream was? Like, if you were to track it back to, let's say, 16, and how old are you now?
Old enough.
If you were 26, that would have been great.
Yeah.
Are you 26?
Yes.
Ooh, hit it. What?
Honestly, I've always wanted to be a musician.
Really?
Yeah, there was a picture I drew in kindergarten, and it's me on stage, and I'm wearing a ball gown, and I'm just singing. I'm a singer on stage.
Okay.
So, like, if I could win the lottery tomorrow, I think I'd just go balls to walls, tale untold.
Hit it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brandon.
What's your
I
dream?
want to be a sloth.
So, this is legit. I actually remember in 6th grade, they did, like, the whole, like, those things where it's like you answer questions about yourself. And it was like,
Oh, yeah.
what is your dream? And my legit was, I want to be a dad. Straight up. It was like, I want to be a dad.
Oh.
And it still is true. I have 3 awesome fur babies. The human side,
Can I start crying now?
if you want to, yeah.
That's the most human answer I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, that is that. Did I ever tell you guys? I don't think I told you guys that at practice. No, but yeah, it literally was. I want to be a dad, which is something that might happen or not down the line.
Is it in the works?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay,
At this
good,
point
good,
in time, no.
That nod for me was for Kendall. I was here
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Kendall's side.
Do you have names picked out?
For kids, if
Yeah.
Even I do.
Yeah,
you have
I've got
them?
names picked out. I've had names picked out since I was like 16.
no.
What's one of yours, like, for sure names? Do you want to say it?
Yeah.
What is it?
Bryce Baxter, just like
Bryce Baxter.
I just imagine like him playing football. They're like Bryce Baxter running down the field. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my kid.
Yes.
Bryce Baxter, just it's so good. And then I'll probably go middle name Eugene after my grandpa.
I like
So Bryce
that.
Eugene Baxter.
And Eugene Levy, who is amazing.
And then if it's a girl, I'm just like, okay, the girl can pick.
Oh, I like that.
I get the boy's name, the girl gets the girl's name.
Brendan, my boyfriend, and I, we've already named, like, an entire family. So we've got Scarlett Cecilia, who's going to be our little girl.
Nice.
Like, that one we named, like, within 2 weeks of dating each other. It was
I
ridiculous.
think I remember him telling me that.
Yeah, right. Scarlett Cecilia.
Mm-hmm.
Cecilia's after my mom. And then we want a little boy named Nathan Briggs, and we're going to call him Briggs, Nathan after my brother. And then we want Sebastian Earl.
My brother's
call him
name's
Bash.
Sebastian.
Does he go by Bash?
No, he goes by Seabass.
Oh.
Do you know my brother?
That's how we know each other. Yeah, Seabass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Found it.
Seabass. I was like, me, him, and Ethan Wigman were gonna do a thing for at one point, and it didn't work.
My brother.
Yeah.
He won't even come on my podcast. How rude is that?
What? Come on here. It's really fun. It's a comfy couch. He
It
gives
is-
you candy.
Dude, this couch is great. There's a cat over there. And I'm having a great time.
I know.
Yeah,
I
it's
wish I
pretty
could bring
great.
my cat. My cat's named Gracie.
Like, Deanna, put in a cat counter.
Yeah. We need a... Yeah, we need like a little pen here. That way we can just stick our hands in and be like, oh, little key.
Ugh.
You wouldn't have my attention is the problem.
I'd be like, Brandon, go ahead and answer this question. You'd be like,
Kitty.
my cat weighs 15 pounds.
Or we could do this.
My
or,
dog weighs 15
or the
pounds.
equivalent for Elise would be Boston Terriers.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, hook me up with
boobas.
some smushy faces.
Okay, that makes sense. You just said boobas. You referred to it in the group text.
Yes.
You call them boobas.
Yes.
The booba.
Yeah. I only call Fenway Booba.
Yeah.
What
The
is-
rest of them are like boobas, but he's the booba.
Eat that booba.
What is that?
I don't know. It started out with like I got him. His name's Fenway, and I got him, and I started calling him, "Come on, buddy." And then Buddy turned into like Bub, and then Bub turned into Babash, and then Booba.
Booba.
I don't know. It's just it started melting my heart. Like before him, I would watch Marley and Me and be like, I don't get it. Like it's just a dog. But now it's like,
That's how I'm like.
oh God, you know.
Also, if you want to check out Fenway Shenanigans, follow him on Instagram
At Fenway from Tinder.
See, like my cat.
Is it Teeny Tiny Tessie?
Teeny tiny Tessie Bear.
Teeny Tiny Tessie Bear.
Yes.
God, that
It's a little
bitch.
extreme.
She's a snark.
She is a snark.
But you guys are
the
boys.
frick?
So
She loves me.
yeah, she does. She does.
My cat's name is Gracie, but I actually, when I got her, she didn't have a middle name, so I call her Gracie Lou.
Oh, my friends call Tessie Lou.
So I'm like, Gracie Lou. Anytime I want her to, like, I'm in my bed, I'll be like, Gracie.
Does she have a voice that talks back to you?
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
It's
No,
like that
oh,
little-
you just meow it? She doesn't have words.
Oh, no. It's a
Oh,
menacing
I
voice.
can
don't
no.
know.
You want to have a Fenway conversation?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Hey, Fenway, how's it going?
Oh, I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Oh,
What'd you do today?
Oh, I slept and then I waited for mom, and then mom got home and I went to mom, and then we fell asleep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Fenway, can I talk to Tessie?
Oh, sure.
Hey, Tessie, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What'd you do today?
Oh, I did lots of stuff. I concentrated on myself mainly, but then mom came home and I gave her a hello and then went outside.
All right. Where's Torque at?
He's upstairs. They're fighting right now. I don't talk about it.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, if my cat would have such a prissy bitchy voice.
Would she?
Yeah, she's a sass queen. You know the sass queen that's like,
Yes.
she would do that when she walked
With
in
her
the
little
room.
paw just...
Yeah, she's like, what's up, bitch? Feed me. It's 7 o'clock. So my cat's like, she's needy.
Dude, your cat's mean.
But Jeff's cat, on the other hand, Jeff's cat's named Valentine.
Uh-huh.
So he kind of rescued that cat. He was on a delivery for Domino's or for Pizza Hut. It's like a February morning. It's snowing outside, and this cat is roaming around the street. So he goes on, knocks on a couple doors, like, "Hey, is this your cat? Is this your cat?" And nobody claimed it, so he took the cat, and
He saved a life that day.
yeah, he did. And she's thick,
How much, how much does she weigh?
20 pounds.
20 pounds?
My cat's got a beat.
Really?
Yep. Kona is about 21 and a half to 22.
Nice. You know how we ended up
He is-
weighing our cats?
And he is dumb.
We stood on the
Yeah, turn on the scale. Yep.
and held the cat. My cat's 15. Fucking Valentine. She's thick.
Yeah,
20.
Kona's like 21, 22. Alaska's like 18 to 20-ish. And then Pepper, who I just got, she's under 3.
Tessie weighs 14 pounds, so your cats are larger than my dogs.
Give me some nuts.
I just wanted to...
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some good
Yeah,
cats.
Kona, he's interesting. He's a flame point Siamese. He's got a wonky eye, so you don't know which way he's looking at. But I think it's just it's a Siamese thing. I don't know if it's because they're super inbred or not. That's what Kendall told me, but I can't tell if she's serious or not, or if it's just a bit at this point.
She's kept it up this long.
Well, knowing me, because I didn't know a lot about cats. I never had a cat until we got together, so we got Kona.
You ever had a cat?
No, I never had cats because my dad is asthmatic and my mom is highly allergic to them. So I always had.
Even I had a cat
I had a
growing up.
dog. I had a dog. I'm growing up, and then I had another puppy. But then we were in apartments. We were both working. We were both retail managers at the time. So our hours are. The only thing crazy with that is if you own a business, basically at that point. It's like it's not fair to have a puppy when we could be gone for upwards of 14 hours at a time. So we got a cat, and we got Kona. And the next day, Kendall's at work, and she went home sick to be with Kona because we could walk there. And then a few weeks later, our roommate at the time got Alaska, and those two just bonded. Then he eventually joined the military and had to go off for a bit, and Alaska kind of just stayed with us.
Nice. I love pets.
Yeah, I mean, Kona's voice is kind of annoying.
High pitch.
So the voice that I give him is kind of cute, but what he actually does is terrifying sometimes. So my voice for him is, he'll kind of waddle over, like, "Hey, Kona, how you doing? Hi, I'm big." That's all he says.
No.
It's all he does is goes, "Hey, man, I'm big." That's all he knows how to say.
So he sounds like...
He kind of sounds like a big Elmo. I kind of did Elmo voice. It's like, but
People are going to be so confused. When they get to this part, they're like, I thought these guys were going to talk music, and we've been talking pets for 15
don't worry
minutes.
about it.
You
We'll
and
fuck
Peter
it.
got to talk about food for like 40.
Look, if you came to
So,
a band podcast looking to talk about music, you are so off.
Yeah.
They're in the wrong.
But
We did get some bomb-ass ramen at Ika. So funny enough, I post something that night. I'm like, hey, Ethan, Peter says...
Peter.
Peter. Peter says, what Jinya can suck Ika's dick. And then Ika liked my post. Yeah. I thought that was the best thing.
I love
They're probably like, yeah.
They're like, yeah, I know.
And then the best part about it, so we go to pay, and I don't know how this conversation came up, but they're like, do you guys play music? And then I'm like, yeah, Peter does. And the lady's like, what band is he in? And I'm like, and then he said his little spiel about what band he played in. And I go, and she's in a band, and he's in a band, and I'm not in a band, but I kind of play drums. But it's funny because she's like, yeah, you guys did look like a band now that I think about it.
I mean, you can always spot them.
You,
Like,
yeah, you just
you
gotta
can
find-
kind of spot the musicians. You can always find the drummer too. They're playing with the silverware.
Shit.
is that your
Yeah,
is that your
chopsticks.
time? Chopsticks.
Chopsticks.
On your ramen bowl.
Yeah, they got us. You would have spotted us from a mile away.
You can find the bass player. He's probably drowning in the soup.
You know, oh my god. I worked at 24 Fitness on Cass Street like for the longest time. And one day these people walked in. I'm like, they look familiar. They look familiar. And I'm like, hey,
love
are
this
you
story.
guys Winds of Plague? And the guy's like, yeah. And then they put me on the list, and I went to go see him at the Slowdown that night.
Oh,
It
love
was
that story.
sickening. Like, they kept their 24 Fitness membership to work out and shower.
Showers, yeah.
It's the smartest
20
thing.
Hour Fitness, Anytime Fitness, and Planet Fitness are two of
Yeah.
Dan's best friend.
that's funny you bring that up.
Ghosts.
I've been put on a guest list before, and I totally forgot about it until now. So this was 2 or 3 years ago. It was after the burial. It was actually Asking Alexandria is Sumerian's 10-year tour.
Ooh.
Okay.
So
Ooh.
Asking Alexandria, after the burial, who else was on it? After the burial,
Who's this one?
I don't know.
Who's
It's
that?
another band that's really genty. Anywho, and then Bad Omens was on it, right? So that day, I don't know if I skipped work. I don't know if I skipped work or what the deal was.
We
So
can cut that part
Yeah,
if you
no,
want.
we'll keep
Just
it.
kidding.
Keep it.
Keep it!
So I pick up Jeff and I'm like, Jeff, we're gonna go to Guitar Center, just hang out. And then Ty was free as well, and he lived over by Guitar Center, so I'm like, Ty, you're coming with us. So we go to Guitar Center, and same thing. You know how you can spot a band? They're all wearing skinny jeans. They had their little badges, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so we're in there, we're playing the drums, and we walk around. We're on the big old wall of guitars, and there's this guy. He obviously looks like a guitarist. We go, hey, do you playing a band? He goes, yeah, I'm playing Bad Omens. I go, oh, shit, you guys are playing that Halloween show tonight. It was actually Halloween. You guys playing that Halloween show tonight, aren't you? And he goes, Born of Osiris is the other one.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. And he goes,
Boom.
yeah. He goes, yeah, we're playing. Why? Do you guys wanna? Are you guys gonna go tonight? We're like, oh man, it's $30. It was $30 to go to the show.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And
Yeah.
he goes, just give me your number. We'll put you on the guest list. It's like, holy fuck.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
And they follow through.
Oh yeah,
That's really cool. This is the cool part about touring bands. They follow through with that.
yeah. So we got there about. He said show up at 5:30. Doors were at like 6:30 or whatever. So we get there at 5:30. I'm texting him. I'm like, hey, we're here. No response. He's probably sound checking. Like, hey, we're here. We're at the will call. We're waiting for you. And still no response. And they're like, well, you don't have tickets. You're gonna have to go to the back of the line. So like right as the doors like open, the guy comes out and he goes, you guys still want those tickets? So we get the tickets and we end up going in. And it's just cool because we're at the right place at the right time. It was the drummer of Bad Omens. And it's just,
That's awesome.
we got to see a show for free. We got to see After the Burial, Asking Alexandria, Born of Osiris, and Bad Omens for $3.50 free cents.
That's pretty good. Free 99. That's
Does it all
pretty
add up?
awesome.
$3.
Yeah, I'm trying to do some
For
bang for
free.
math
Yeah.
real quick. Yeah, the
Free,
numbers.
free.
You're doing the spelling bee with the
numbers
free,
crack
free.
out.
with the addition. Okay,
Free, 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 free,
Numbers
free.
are good.
man, Born of Osiris is
Aren't they
beautiful.
sickening?
Let's see. That would Jason Richardson still would have been in the band at the time too. Then, and that dude's just on another level.
I'm glad he's doing his own thing now. Well, I mean, he's with Luke Holland, but I mean,
No, he's the guitarist for All That Remains.
what?
Yeah, he's
When did that happen?
Really?
when after Oli died, he filled in with them because if you go back on like YouTube and everything, All That Remains is like his biggest band, his favorite band, period. And he started filling in with him, and now he's their permanent guitarist.
Really?
Yeah,
So
they're writing stuff with him, so I'm very curious to see because that traditional old school kind of metalcore thing, I never thought I'd see him doing.
right.
So I'm really curious to see how it goes.
I wonder when that happened. So I wonder if he's gonna like play one tour with All That Remains and then go play with Luke Holland.
Yeah, he'll do stuff like his solo stuff with Luke and all that, but right now he's touring with All That Remains.
I missed that
That's
whole
pretty
story.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luke is one of those guys who, he was probably one of the first like big YouTube drummers. I mean, he started when he was 15, covering Texas in July, and then he got to be friends with Adam Gray, and then he got to play shows. He was their sub drummer, which I don't know if you knew that.
Mm-hmm.
He got a sub with them for a while, and then he got to be friends with, I guess, everybody. And then The Word Alive,
Yeah.
they lost Justin Salinas, called up Luke Holland. Giving you guys a history lesson. Called up Luke Holland. He played with them for like 3 albums. Jason Richardson got kicked out of his bands, and then they're like, "Fuck it, let's just tour together." How sick is that?
It's really funny about Jason Richardson getting kicked out of his band because he was in
Born of Osiris and Chelsea Grin.
and
Chelsea
before Born of Osiris,
Grin.
it was Eddie Hermida's band. Is it All Shall Perish, the OG band?
Might be.
Yeah, he was 18 years old and he joined that for like their first little bit or whatever. And they kicked him out, and then Born of Osiris got him. And then they kicked him out. And then he joined Chelsea Grin. I think he just left that one on his own accord and started doing his own thing.
It's like, how nuts. I don't think. How nuts that guy got kicked out of bands. How talented that guy was. But sometimes.
Sometimes just doesn't work. Sometimes the energies don't vibe.
Exactly.
And, I mean, that's the thing I think a lot of people don't realize about bands in general, especially when you get to like that level, is how much you have to. It's a relationship. You guys have to talk about your feelings. And then, I mean, Metallica's in group therapy with each other.
Yeah, there was a time
know?
frame those guys wouldn't. They had separate tour buses because they couldn't stand each other.
Yeah.
I mean, we've even had some bits of that every now and again. We'll kind of go through some stuff, and we just have to like. We've had practices that we're there for an hour and a half just talking and hashing some stuff out.
Oh yeah.
And that's what you have to do.
You have to do it because, I mean, if you think about it, all musicians, we're all, very intelligent people, a little overly emotional, and don't like to talk about our feelings. So you put 5 people with that same mentality in a group, and it's like, you guys, what's going on?
Yeah,
Let's talk about our feelings.
And over the past few years, we've gotten better with it. I think of being a little more open about it, or we kind of show up, and now that we've all been around each other so much, we can kind of tell what our normal energy level is for certain things.
Yeah.
We get back, we know the difference between they're just tired from work or something's going on, or we'll give them a heads up like, yo, I'll be at practice today, but just FYI, I'm kind of
just not in a good
I'm
headspace.
gonna kind of be just going through the motions. Everything's cool. Don't worry about it. Let's just get everything done that we need to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's good that you guys talk through it. That'd be kind of rough to be questioning it while you guys are jamming. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with Jack?
Absolutely.
Why is he sitting down playing?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's funny because he sits down and plays a lot.
Yeah,
of time
he
at
does.
practice.
I was like, that was very specific.
That was a little too.
Why is Ashley standing up and playing drums? This is weird.
She's just that mad. She's standing and playing.
Actually,
She's like, I can't stand this band. Just hitting cymbals.
I want Ashley to be like that because it'd be adorable.
Oh man.
Stand up and play drums.
Just anything that Ashley does.
The craziest, I guess. I know you guys don't like being say like girl fronted band, and I'm not even gonna like push on that, right? Victims.
That was so douchey.
Victims. That drummer, that girl, she's wild. I've seen her stand up and just like fucking go crazy, and she screams like during the middle of sets, and that whole band's on a totally different energy.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. Isn't that fun? Like just feeling that energy.
She's such a tiny little girl, but it's like, fuck, I'm scared of her.
Yeah, like that's one of the coolest things ever is when you can really see like, not saying that all touring musicians are really loving what they're doing, but the ones that you can see where they have like that emotional connection to the music that they write, they're on an entirely different level and way of moving on stage.
Yeah.
That it's just completely insane. Some of the coolest things that I've seen musicians like in middle songs just start crying because something on there got them or things like that. We've had one of the songs that we have, Illusion of Time, I wrote, and every now and again we're playing it, something in me just kind of clicks, and I'll drop a tear on stage every now and again. I don't know if anybody's got a picture of that, but if you did, be awesome. We had a song that we don't play much anymore that Eliss wrote that every now and again was hard to get through.
Yeah, that was a good one. There's a couple. Like one time I legit we were singing one of our songs, Rescue Me, and we were in Lincoln and everyone started singing along and I was like, what?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'm sorry, what?
That was the first time I had ever experienced this. I don't know about you, but seeing people in crowds singing words that we had wrote.
They were grabbing my microphones. I held it out there and they're grabbing it.
It was
so sick.
And it was this tiny little rinky-dink show at... Where was that at?
Duffy's?
Duffy's in Lincoln. It was us, Silence is Madness, and the homies from This Day Forward, and Timekeeper. That's where we met Timekeeper. And then even some of the Timekeeper dudes knew the song lyrics too, which blew my mind. They're all going at it. That's the show that Eddie almost died too.
That was the show that Eddie almost died.
Yeah.
Eddie...
Was he crowd surfing and got dropped or what?
Nobody caught him.
The tiniest... Okay.
Like, he weighs 2 pounds. You guys, just lift him up.
Yeah, so it started off amazing because we're getting ready. They had just finished. So then it was us, and then it went Timekeeper, and then Silence is Madness.
How did I know it was crowd surfing? And
yeah. Oh, so what happened? So we gets up there. We're getting ready to go. We're about to start triggers, and Eddie just hops up out of nowhere. Like, what are you doing? And mind you, he's like this tall, and the mic's up to here, so he's going, "Hey, anybody that's not in this room, you're fucking wrong. Get in here." And the song starts.
It was the best hype.
And then he jumps, and he lands head first on linoleum.
Oh.
And I
nobody caught him.
I'm like, oh, he'll be good or whatever. But then he has to get up, and I'm sitting there playing. I'm like, is Eddie dead?
So like,
And then he got up.
yeah, and then like I messaged him like the next week. I'm like, hey, you good? And he was like on meds.
Yeah,
like,
dude,
went
he
to
had
the
like some
ER and-
semi-permanent nerve damage.
Yeah,
Yikes.
He's
you
just
guys are
so-
responsible.
Yeah. Well, so then Timekeeper just came through again and played at Dr. Jackson. We were all there. And something happened in the pit. Eddie got flung. And I'm like, people get hurt at Timekeeper shows.
people get hurt at timekeeper shows.
Eddie just gets hurt at Timekeeper
Liam,
shows.
people get hurt at your shows.
Liam, Billy. I love you guys.
People get hurt
People just get hurt at your shows.
emotionally.
I've told the story before. One of the first shows. So I had when I was like 16 or 17, I was hanging out with this girl named Allison Arnold and this guy named Timmy Kesmerick. So cool if you guys are watching. You guys will know the story.
Probably
So we go to take him to the Commons when there are still shows down there.
Oh, God.
And Superior's playing.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, like 2010,
Oh,
Superior.
Kelton Davis on the drums.
Mhm.
What's he doing nowadays?
he's playing a
Seven.
Witherfang. With,
Is he?
With Anthony, yeah.
That's right.
Shut up!
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
keep going.
I forgot to mention that
So
part.
sorry. Keep going. Keep
Yeah, yeah.
going. He's
Can't-
like one of my favorite Omaha drummers.
He's so good.
He has no clue who I am.
So they're playing, and literally the first song, like the first breakdown of Superior, some guy goes, boom, elbows a guy in the head,
Sounds about right.
drops in the Commons. Their first ever show, somebody gets knocked out right next to him.
I think I was there. The Commons. Do you? I miss the Commons.
Yeah.
That was just
Yeah.
like such a grunge. Like if you're in a hardcore band,
Dude, yeah.
a Commons.
Floor shows for days.
I think the biggest show they ever had there was Color Morale, the acoustic.
Dude, that
center.
Color Morale, like, secret acoustics that they just did last minute or whatever.
Acoustic.
And then they played, like, their main set later that night or...
Really?
Well, what I think it was something like that. I remember. I opened for the Color Morale at Soco Underground one time, I think. I don't remember.
But yeah, I remember. I went to a couple of shows there at the Commons. I can't tell you who I've seen there. I can tell you Superior. I remember their whole bass incident where the bassist hit James Morgan in the ear and cut his head open.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Rip.
I found this old YouTube channel. If I could find it again from a few years back. And it had, like, legit, like, not like pro, but good semi-pro quality footage of, like, Omaha bands from back in the day playing at, like, Sokol and at the Commons. I mean, it had, like, the guys like Superior, Jake's old band For the Empire.
Are you talking black and white videos?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know exactly
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
talking about. There's a bunch of these old school videos, and I'm just like, I mean, Austin Gall had like hair down to it, and Nate Chavez had like hair down to their shoulders or something like that. As people just going nuts. I saw Forrest was in there spin kicking still, and still is to this day.
Yeah.
I mean, all these old videos, and I'm just like, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
when Superior would like bring hundreds of people to Sokol, there's a video that I love watching. It's when they're playing Moving Forward.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing that as their last song. My brother's front. He's front and center, so the camera's got him, and he's going like, jumping in the
I
front.
know exactly that video.
He's jumping in the front, and he's just like, Sebastian.
It's the best. Yeah.
It's so cringy, but at the same time, I respect it because he's having so much fun.
Well, that's exactly it.
That's
like,
the thing. And
just have fun.
yeah, it's...
We're all weirdos.
It is. I remember when I first started playing shows, I was a person who could choose like the hardcore metal crowd, and I didn't know like the whole hardcore dancing kind of thing was. I remember the first time I saw it, I was one of those people that are just like, what in the actual fuck is going on here? Like, I was so thrown off by it. I mean, I'm not gonna say I wasn't like, I was like a push pit purist, kind of the whole that debate, not getting into that. And then as time went on, I started doing it and I enjoyed it, and now every time I do it, I'm scared to death that I'm gonna tear a hamstring.
Yeah. I want you on the count of three. Well, I'm going to count to three. I want you to name your favorite hardcore dancer in Omaha.
Oh.
I can tell you, I'm going to give you a throwback name. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Corey Crum back in the day.
Corey.
Woo!
Corey
Really?
could two
Fire.
Corey could two-step like a madman.
Fire! You got yours? Or you want to go Brandon first?
Shoot. Probably Devin. Devin Price.
Devin Price, yeah.
Devin Price.
Either Colt McPeak or Ty Leslie.
Ooh.
Though, basically anybody who's in Death Wish or Downhearted, basically
Yeah.
they throw down harder than anyone. Those guys, our buddy Charles, he throws down every show.
Yeah.
Even he's the only guy doing it.
Dude, our last show with the Black Dahlia murder, that crowd was just going nuts
I
the
don't
entire
recall.
time. Brandon was not there. We had Steven from Keeper of the Morgue
Okay.
filling on bass for Brandon. His sister was getting married.
And for some reason, I had to be there.
Yeah, I
Love you,
guess.
Hope.
Who knows? But no, it was sickening because they just didn't stop moving. And like we saw a little bit with like the Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah, we had probably a bit there, but I saw some videos of Black Dahlia Murder, and I was just like, oh
It was
my
nuts. It was
God.
bonkers.
It's gonna be.
And I
nice-
missed what probably turned to be the greatest moment in Tale Untold history.
When the crowd started yelling, "Nice dick,
Yes,
nice dick"
to
at
John.
John. They started chanting. Some guy from the crowd goes, "Hey, I see your guitarist's dick," and I was just like, "Well, it's a nice dick." And then the crowd started,
Nice, dude.
"Nice dick,
Yeah.
nice dick," and I was like, "Oh my!" Like
Like
I
dick
was
hanging out or something.
no,
So we don't
but he
know-
wears tight pants.
He wears tight pants, so we don't know
So
if it was
I
a
think-
bulge thing or if he was like taking a jab at John, because John does play some flashy licks and stuff here or there. And I'm actually mad that I missed that, not just because they're chanting about John's dick, but because that's a huge portion of it, don't get me wrong. It's because I don't know if it's a bit, but I just have a comment that we talking about casual stuff, and then somehow it'll divulge on, and then we start talking about John's sex life. It's some capacity to his dick. And I'm like, literally, the show became about John's dick.
Mom, don't watch this.
Don't tag your mom.
Don't tag my mom.
Is
on
this kind of things that I don't want to talk about that the band might regret?
No,
No, I
think,
feel like that's pretty on par with.
yeah.
Awesome.
That's on brand.
It's on brand.
It's on brand.
Dicks are on brand.
Dick's on
One
brand.
of the coolest experiences I've ever seen is, you guys ever seen Bungler live?
No.
I don't think I know who they are.
Oh, okay. Ty will show you who Bungler is.
Taj, send me a bungler video.
So Bungler and Sabella were playing the same show, and Bungler, I think it was only 3-piece, so a guitarist, a vocalist, and a drummer. In their last song, basically what they did, the vocalist obviously is holding the mic, the guitarist loops his guitar part, he's playing just something basic, and then I don't know how this all worked out. The guitarist went to go play drums, the drummer went to go scream, and then the vocalist went to go play guitar, and it's one of the sickest things I've ever seen in my life,
Okay.
because the transition was so smooth. So one of them picked up a stick as the guy was getting up, and he picked up right on it.
Oh.
I have this
Oh.
on my Snapchat and my Instagram, and it's
That's
one
pretty
of my
cool.
favorite.
Takes practice.
Oh, it gave me goosebumps when I seen it, because I talked to Jeff. I literally talked to Jeff about it days before, and I'm like, how cool would it be if people switched positions during a show? And then, of course,
We're actually working.
We're actually working
on that.
Oh,
Ashley's gonna play guitar. Well, because Jack, who's our rhythm guitarist, he's actually a drummer first, and he's an insane drummer. He was in More Than Blood, and I mean, he goes
More Than Blood,
hard.
Never Mind the Riot was how they found him.
that's so funny,
initially.
because before you got here, we talked.
Yeah, I
all
talked about
this.
how Jack's like, and he will deny when I say this, he's arguably, musicality wise, probably the most talented guy in the band.
Oh, I would definitely say he's got a very good, because he's
He's well rounded.
He's very well rounded. He's got a very good like understanding of music theory itself. And I mean, if something's off, it'll be one of those things where I'm like, "Ooh, I don't like that. Something sounds off," and then he will say, "This is what it
Yeah,
is."
he'll
And
catch
it's
it
like,
right, like literally. And every now and again, if I feel like something's weird, I'll look at Jack, and then we'll kind of slowly and it's almost at a point that we can start tweaking it just as we play without actually audibly saying anything.
Gotcha. See, like Jeff, he played in drumline for so long, so if he ever listens to videos of snares playing, he'll be like, third one's off. It is, his ear is so keen to what's going on, it's incredible.
well, you know, in high school, I was the drum majorette.
Really?
Of course, I was that person on a ladder. I just didn't want to march. I'm sorry,
how big was
it's
your
not
school?
that talented. I had a graduating class of 42.
Okay.
Maybe
I got
43.
you beat.
How many?
34.
Got me beat.
Where did you go?
St. Albert. We said this at the
Only
beginning of the
34
podcast.
at St. Albert?
For my graduating class, yeah, it's a tiny school, dude. It's a private school.
Dang.
It's a tiny little school.
Yeah, we whooped your ass in bowling all the time.
Oh.
Oh my god. You beat me in bowling.
Wait, do you know Wade Batten? You know who that guy is? Do you know Joey Lieber?
Wow, dude, you're throwing me back. Yeah, no, Wade. Joey graduated the year before me. I was best friends with his little brother, Logan.
Logan.
Wow, you're throwing me back, yeah.
Let's go. Mutual friends. Actually,
That's how you know that's now that makes sense why you know my old school nickname.
oh, it's a small world now. Yeah, I actually seen Joey on Wednesday. I bowl a league on the same league as him.
Okay.
And then
Really?
we're... Huh?
Really?
Yeah, really?
Wow.
We're on a... And then my friend Colin, I'm actually the best man at his wedding. They're also involved in the wedding.
Okay.
We've all known each other since high school because of bowling. Colin went to AL. Lieber boys went to St. Albert, and then I went to TJ.
What's Colin's last name?
Dahl. Do you know him
I know
too?
Colin. Yeah, I know Colin.
No.
I know Colin.
Small world.
Yeah.
You can sit out the rest. We'll just.
I'll just
But you
look
went
at my
to
nails.
you went to North Bend,
North Bend Central.
and you still work there.
Yeah, so I own a company called 36 Apparel,
Mm-hmm.
and we are a clothing athletic line, and then we also do custom orders as well. So like for the band world, I've done Hosting Monsters, Keeper of the Moor, Graveyard Smash, obviously our stuff, and a few other people's. But yeah, so my parents own a building out there, and that's where my studio is. So
Ah, that makes sense.
yes.
Yeah,
It's
when
a
you
lot
told
of fun
me,
out there.
It's a lot of fun. We go and do photo shoots there quite a bit, and we're going to be doing a music video out there too.
yeah, when you told me you're going out to North Bend and you're an hour away, I'm like, shit. I used to work out in Eagle, Nebraska.
Where's that?
It's
Is that by
southeast.
Blair?
No. It's southeast of Lincoln, actually.
Oh.
I
Where
used
is
to
it?
work at a golf course.
I know exactly what that's at, yeah.
Yeah, it's called Woodland Hills. So where's North Bend compared to Lincoln?
North Bend's an hour north of Lincoln.
Holy shit.
It's north
Yeah.
around the bend.
So we're the
Okay.
we're the north bend of the Platte River is.
Okay.
That's where we are.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. That flooded. Our entire town was underwater.
Oh, no big deal.
Yeah, we had a couple branches out there that were experiencing flooding.
Whoops.
Yikes.
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
times.
when I drove down to Missouri last, down by PJ, which Pacific Junction, I never call it PJ until I heard it referenced as PJ recently.
I've never heard it called PJ until now, and I will be calling it PJ from here forth.
We are wearing PJs.
Yeah, we are wearing PJ.
We are wearing pajamas.
Yeah, so Pacific Junction, that shit is crazy. How much water that they still
Yeah.
have, and it's been, I mean, 2 or 3 months since the levees have broke.
Yeah.
Has flooded that town.
We were recording when all the floods hit, and I was like, well, what else
Dang,
can we
South
do?
Dakota.
We pushed it. Well, we pushed it back initially because of the flooding. We pushed it back like
No,
a
we
week.
pushed. We originally pushed it back because I was sick as a dog.
Yes.
And then it was also blizzarding. We were supposed to be up there in like January, February, something like that. Maybe March. I don't remember.
Marchish. Yeah, it was
But then
towards
we
the
went-
back end of winter.
Yeah, but then we went up there to All Poetic Audio.
Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Yeah, plug him.
So we went up there then, and it was actually a lot of fun. That was a good trip. It was a good distraction.
Yeah.
And then we were seeing like all the flood waters come up, and in my building we ended up pumping, oh god, I think it was like 80,000 gallons of water out from a crawl space.
Holy tits.
And it was like when my dad went to I went with my dad the first time to like open and see like what the damage was, and it was about the water was 6 inches away from the electric box. So we were so lucky that we didn't get, because it's a big building. It's like a warehouse.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's big.
It's big.
It's a big one.
It's got a Gambino's pizza.
Do you guys have any funny stories about Jeremy Schaefer? I made who was on last week?
I mean,
Peter.
Eliss has known this dude for a while now.
Really?
Yeah, for a while now, yeah. I mean, before, like, oh gosh, what is it, 5-6 years? Something like that. But, yeah, I've known him for a while. I met him, and he was just, like, hammered in Benson. And he was just so nice, and he was just hammered. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I want to be friends with this guy. Like, he's just got a good energy about him, and yeah.
He seems like such a nice dude.
He really is.
He is.
I got his cat addicted to straws.
Oh, Ashi. That's one of the funny stories about. So I have two that stick out to me about funny stories with Jeremy. And one was like, hey, Jeremy, what's the story behind Ashi's name? He just goes, Ashi.
That's all.
And then he just stopped, and like all of us were, oh, that's it. That's the name.
Yeah, but except for me, I was like, wait, what's the rest of it? Oh, okay, I get it now. Way over my head.
That's the name.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
and then the other one was I can't remember what Eliss was. Actually, I have a list on my phone of quotes from recording
Bring him up. I wanna
of
hear
stuff
these.
that we just said.
I don't want this.
It's funny because there's a comedian named Jim Norton, and he was dating this girl, and he kept a list like this of like stupid shit you don't want me to know that I've been listening to. So he kept like he has it on a comedy special. So this is kind of similar. Let's hear it.
Do I need to fly these by you before I say them?
I mean,
Just get.
let's go.
So, first one,
We'll fix it in post.
John from the bathroom. His alarm's going off. That's my alarm, so I remember to take my tampons. Ashley, it's okay, I stopped your period. At least, please invent that.
Okay.
Elise, so it's like when Kylie Jenner, Jeremy, I don't know what that is.
He doesn't know what a Kylie Jenner is. Good job. Yes.
I'm glad.
No, he's so pure. He doesn't know what a Kylie Jenner is.
Jeremy, can you send me those separately? Jack, which ones? Jeremy, the sprinkles and the hoo-hoos.
Yeah. So we actually had in our latest one. No. In one of our older recordings, we have a lot of like techno-y, not techno, like backtracks basically, and then
like
Jeremy
synthy?
calls those the sprinkles and the hoo-hoos.
Sprinkles and the
Sprinkles and the hoo-hoos.
You want to prove that one by her before? You already laughed.
No, I
at that.
forgot the context of this one at first, but then that was kind of funny.
Sprinkles and the hoo-hoos.
No, this other one. John says, I play drums on my girlfriend's butt. And then I go, we should record that and that'd be a first for you, right, Jeremy? He's like, oh yeah, you mean seeing a girl's butt, right? Jack, pour one out for the homies.
I can't wait to talk to Jeremy. I talked to him about coming on. It's just a matter of whether he's going to come down here or whether we get him on Skype. And regardless, he's a wealth of information.
Yeah, he is a very intelligent guy. Like, for our CD release, I was actually... he was nice enough to talk to me on the phone and kind of, like, calm me down about it a little bit because it was like, I feel like we need more songs on here. There's some older songs I'm not that confident in because we don't sound like that anymore. And, you know, he made a good point. He's like, well, nobody else has heard them. So, yeah, it's old to you, but to them, it's not going to be... old.
Think about how long Earthguns has been touring those 5 songs or 5 or 6 songs for 3+ years.
I mean, like, they're again, another entire
Correct me if I'm wrong, sorry.
band of, like, really nice guys. And, you know, Jeremy, he, like, when we were up there, we all went out to eat and have some drinks.
You mean to the bowling alley?
To the bowling alley.
Shooting pool.
Absolutely. And we were shooting pool that night. And the locals made everyone except the girls move the pool table. Chivalry is not dead in South Dakota. But no, it was just a lot of fun. So, yeah, they're just really nice guys.
That's so funny that you guys bring up the bowling alley because same thing with Peter. He's like, yeah, we went out to eat. And I'm like, Scotland, South Dakota sounds like a little tiny place. Mm-hmm. And I've seen on Jeremy's Snap or his Instagram, I know there's a bowling alley. Bowling alleys have some dope-ass food.
It's really good.
So it's like a triplex. So you walk in on one side, and that's the restaurant, the little grub. Mm-hmm. And then you go to the door on the left, and then you have the 2-lane bowling alley. And then
2 lanes?
And then to the next door on the left is the pool tables and the
2
dartboards.
lanes.
And it's all just one
No.
business.
You know, we never actually, like, went bowling there, though.
It looks like it's
I would
always
love to go
off when we're
bowling.
there.
But we have to ask, and I don't think my social
Again,
anxiety
we're all a
will
bunch of
allow
musicians. We
me.
have crippling social anxiety.
Okay, 2 lanes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you guys appreciate how rare that is anymore because everything. So Deanna actually bowls as well. Mm-hmm. I'm an avid bowler.
Deanna, get in here.
I've been just laughing in the background.
That's cute.
Okay, it is incredibly hard to find a 2-lane bowling alley.
Do you want a 2-lane bowling alley? Do you put your holes in the ball? Do you put your
Do I
fingers
put my
the
holes in the ball?
Do you put your fingers in the holes, or do you like palm it?
Oh yeah, 2 fingers and a thumb.
And then do you spin
Big
it?
one.
Yeah, yeah. That's how you do it.
I just see the lines, and then I go.
Oh, you granny it.
Sometimes.
Like this?
Sometimes, listen,
Okay.
these wrists have been through a lot in their lives. So to do that little motion in there, it kind of hurts.
I usually get like that little dinosaur thing with a slide, and you just aim it, you put the ball on it, and drop it down.
Push it down. I like to have those bumpers up. Yeah.
One of the funniest tips you hear, and it's actually funny that it works. It's like, pet the kitty. You gotta pet the kitty.
Okay, first, nobody pets a cat like that.
What kind of kitty?
You know, maybe there's a belly right there. You just pet the kitty.
Pet the kitty.
You don't want to grab the cat. You gotta pet it. Or the rule to actually put hook on a ball is like handshake.
Oh.
Handshake.
Oh. Will you teach me how to bowl and can we vlog it?
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, let's do a vlog.
Are you guys for real?
I'm being.
Yeah, I'm
Can I
dead
teach
serious.
the band how to bowl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Deanna can attest to this. I'm pretty junk right now, but I'll teach you guys.
Okay,
Actually,
cool.
I'm teaching golf lessons. You guys want to learn how to play golf too?
I might break my back when I'm down.
You know, I got a good swing. It doesn't go anywhere, but I got a good swing.
I'm like really good. I'm really good at like driving because that doesn't
Driving
involve...
a car?
He's not very good at. I'm just kidding.
Neither.
I'm totally kidding. So we get into Brandon's car. Brandon's like, I'll drive up to South Dakota. And I'm like, great, because I drive everywhere. So I'm like, great, sounds good. I get in the back, got my blanket, got my pillow, got my kettle chips.
And
I'm
Ashley's
hanging out.
riding shotgun.
Ashley's riding shotgun. He almost like hit something, And then he goes, "Oh, sorry, my depth perception is actually really terrible." Like, what?
How far into the ride was this?
Oh, like, we couldn't get out and just walk home. Like, it was probably like a half hour into a 3-hour drive. So then we had
You're probably out by like Underwood.
No, we were.
It was like,
It was a little bit before Sioux City.
okay. I feel like it was right outside of Omaha, but that could just be.
It was no. We were on a country road by then. It wasn't that bad.
Well,
it was pretty bad, but yeah. So the joke. I don't have horrible
my robe,
depth
you
perception.
guys. Jeez.
I don't have horrible depth perception, but sometimes I space off. One of the first
Oh my
times
God.
I played with them at a practice, we got donated a Village Inn, and I was late. But hey guys, sorry I was late tonight. I got distracted. I missed my exit. It's like, oh, what happens to me? Yeah, I saw these birds flying, and the next thing I know, I missed my exit.
I remember that.
And Eliss is like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, no.
And then when we were coming home from recording, I'm that type of person where like I mean, I know I can get tired and like I don't want to ever be cranky, so I like to just be in my own element, so I'm not like rude to people, because I think that's just horrendous when people are rude. And Brandon's driving me home from the same trip where he's talking about his depth perception, and there's this to get to my house, like there's you take the 24th Street exit and you can turn right onto Dodge, and you have to turn left and go blah blah blah. So the lights
No, give us
green.
the address, please.
She doesn't live there anymore.
No.
Okay.
And so the light's green. The light's green, and Brandon just starts slowing down and slowing down and slowing down, and then he stops, and then it turns orange and red. I'm like, what the fuck? I freaked out.
This has been the thing ever since I started driving. I have a habit of just stopping at green lights for no reason.
Oh my gosh. And I went back home and I felt so bad, but I was like, you know what? No, it was a green light, darn it.
No, but it's like, I think part of it, so I grew up in a small town in South Dakota. I grew up in Yankton, South Dakota, which is about 30 minutes away from Scotland. And 90% of it's just uncontrolled intersections. So I think just a part of me has it in my head to where you stop at any four-way crossroad because somebody's going to be driving through and out.
I really like how we're putting everything in proximity to Jeremy's house.
Yeah.
Everything has to be done in relevance to all poetic audio.
See, as a delivery driver, I would use the expression, I want to put you into turn 4.
Yes.
Go on.
You're driving, that would kill me. And I would gladly put you into turn 4.
What's turn 4? Pray tell.
I would put him into the wall. I would Dale Earnhardt him so quick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, rip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would wreck you out.
The thing is, I'm not a terrible driver. I just have, like...
You just gave us 3 stories about being a terrible driver.
I've been driving for like 10 plus years. It's not that bad of a track record. Well, there was this...
How many wrecks have you been in?
0.
Oh.
Are you from Nebraska or Iowa?
I'm from South Dakota.
Okay.
Oh.
You?
I'm from Nebraska.
How many?
1, 2, 3. But I've been driving since I was 13.
Yeah, I mean, I was driving when I was
Tits.
10 on my grandpa's farm.
Yeah. Because I grew up on a farm. So I
Yeah.
had a farm license, so I
Okay.
could get to school.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
didn't know there's a thing.
I just drove.
Yes.
I just drove my grandpa's farm because nobody cares in towns of 300 people.
In the state of Nebraska, if you live like, I think it's like 5 to 10 miles away from school, and like you're not on the bus route or you are on the bus route, it doesn't matter. But like, yeah,
It's
you
kind
can
of
drive.
like it's kind of like the same thing in Iowa with the school permit.
Okay.
It's relatively the same thing.
What was your first car?
My first car?
Yeah.
2006 Mazda 3.
Ooh.
That's a little zippy ass.
Ooh, actually, like that was one of my favorite cars. Was the 2006
What do you
Mazda
have
3. Now I have a 2016 Charger RT.
Damn, girl. What color?
It is tricolor currently. It is electric blue with a black, supposed to be a black hood, but it's silver right now because it's waiting to get wrapped.
Okay.
And then a black hood and black trunk, and then wrapped mirrors and murdered out windows.
Damn.
I'm a douchebag.
Brandon?
Yes.
92 Civic.
Close.
For real?
No.
Oh.
It's a 2015 Toyota Camry XR.
Dang, we're on that gang shit.
You know,
My first car was a 2001 Dodge Intrepid that lasted all of 6 months. Just
I
'cause
also had a 2001 Dodge Intrepid.
I almost had
you
a-
guys!
are meant to be.
And then my next car that I had, because that one didn't last very long, because that thing was...
I didn't put oil in mine. What'd you do?
Oh, the heat core blew up.
I was stupid in like 18.
Okay.
Yeah, the heat sensor,
dummy.
the heat core. I was driving my fiance home when we first started dating, and it was raining out. And we were driving up the hill or whatever, and I saw that it was steaming, and I'm like, oh, it's probably this is warm as the snow. Or what? It's just like the rain or the snow or whatever. But I'm like,
It's never the
that's
rain or
what's
the snow.
really going. I mean, I don't know a lot about vehicles, but it shouldn't be doing this. Yeah, the heat core almost blew up.
Damn.
I don't know if that's the right word or not, but something in there about blew up,
Yeah,
basically.
I don't think any mechanics watch.
My boyfriend, he's kind of a mechanic, so
He can help
I'll
you
shake
out
my head.
in situations.
he's pretty awesome.
I didn't know them at this point.
Yeah, it's true.
Then I had a '05 Chevy Malibu that I drove to the ground.
Oh, literally to the ground.
I got it at 60,000 miles. It tapped out at 220.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But like I kind of like that car.
It had class.
It had like a certain je ne sais quoi about
Yes.
it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But like I remember but then when I showed up,
Yes.
when I had the Camry, I was just like, because the big reason I could have kept driving it, but when it dropped under 40 degrees, it just wouldn't start. So then when I got my Camry, I was like, okay, now I have a reliable vehicle that I can get from point A to point B. Because at the time, I had 12 stores that I managed. So I kind of needed to be able to get to where I needed.
Yeah, you were working at GNC, right?
I was, yes.
And Count to the Left.
So that was one of my stores, yes.
Next to Planet Fitness.
Yes. And
Man,
now
I'm a
that
stalker.
entire building is going to get bulldozed down.
Really? I thought they turned it into something. Isn't it school right now?
So
Yeah,
Kern
it's
is there,
a
Planet
school.
Fitness is going to be in there, but everything in between, the school board approved it, and it got bought, and Namdar agreed to the sale. It's going to get bulls down and rebuilt into a new Menards.
Oh,
supposedly.
yeah.
Save big money.
How funny is that? It's gonna go from a mall. It's gonna be Kern Middle School, Menards,
Planet Fitness, and then some shitty haunted house.
I mean, I feel like it all goes together. Put a bar in there and you hit it all. What are we doing?
Oh yeah.
What's the other option? Did I pick the good option?
Well, I
feel
suppose
like-
I'll tell you.
I feel like
Okay.
So essentially, this is like Mad Libs, except with lyrics.
Huh.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna tell you adjective, and have you fill this out,
Okay.
and then when it's done, you're gonna have to read it.
we're just going to butcher Illusion of Time.
Wait,
This isn't one of your songs.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are you going to be doing the questionnaire for us and then we yell at you? Is that how we're doing
Yeah.
it? Beautiful. Cool.
Since you picked this certain one, we picked A and B, or you picked left and right, whatever.
Okay.
This one happens to be yours.
My turn, Brandon.
Okay. Do you remember
I'm
what
just kidding.
you remember what an adjective is?
Yes.
All right. Give me an adjective.
You know, for the people at home that may or may not remember,
Do we need to like
can
do
we
adjective describes?
Yeah. Describe
Okay.
it.
Grungy.
Okay. Another adjective.
Beautiful.
Okay. This one's gonna be funny. A living thing.
My dog, Fenway. No, wait. Let's not be weird.
Okay.
A living thing. We're gonna go with a ladybug.
Ladybug. Okay.
B-U-G.
Verb.
Jump. A verb is something you do.
Number. Give me a number.
12.
Body part.
Calf.
Definitely a lifter.
Give me a direction.
North.
Give me a verb.
Puke.
This is gonna be so hilarious.
At least I'm not like Angela. Tall. No, nice.
Okay, give me an exclamation. Something you'd shout.
So I do some ASMR.
Whoa!
Okay.
Is that right? Is that right?
Yeah, that's good. Give me another exclamation.
I'm sorry, I got so mad at that bottle for a second.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
Another exclamation.
Oh! Oh.
Historical figure.
Ben Franklin.
Wow, you're on the ball with these.
I took my Starbucks today. Hashtag ad.
Give me a letter.
Q.
That's my favorite number of the alphabet.
Now go ahead and read what the song name is there.
This is Rage by Attila. Everyone looks grungy and half beautiful. That's deep. Holy crap. Call up your ladybug and jump me. There's 12 parties going on right down the street. Put your calf in the air and make your way to the north if you just don't care. Puke if you don't give a whoa. Always blazed, and I don't give a oh, yeah. Anytime, anywhere, but hey, Ben Franklin, are you down to Q?
If you know the lyrics, that makes
That
pretty
made
great.
perfect sense.
I like it.
Okay, we're gonna have you fill out yours. Yours is a totally different genre.
I'm gonna frame this.
Good.
Crap.
Okay, give me a noun. Person, place, or thing.
I know. Cat.
Another noun.
Tree.
Month.
April.
April, okay. Verb.
Kill.
Oh my goodness. He went down that one, didn't he?
Noun.
Frost.
Another noun.
A kiki.
A-K-I-K-I?
I think so. I don't know how Jack spelled it.
Oh, okay. I see. Noun.
Speaker.
Wow, original. You're not looking around the room or anything. Place. Give me a place.
Place.
Or it can be a room. Place, room, something.
Spearmint rhino.
Okay, that's a good...
Ladies.
How nuts would it be if I got, like, sponsored by Spearmint Rhino? Like,
No, they're gonna like copyright claim this.
Hey, welcome to Digging of Tyler. Naming sponsor is
Spearmint Rhino.
Spearmint Rhino.
Noun. You got a lot of nouns.
Yeah, I know. Cloud.
Another place.
Another place. Corvus Studios LLC.
Wow. Good plug.
Whoop whoop.
LLC. Amount of time.
525,600 minutes.
525,600 minutes.
Deanna, shut up!
It was a duet.
My language, man.
Noun.
This would be a lot easier if I had to do like 20 different nouns. Catnip.
Okay. And lastly, a noun.
Gravestone.
Oh.
Wow.
Dun, dun.
I had a great childhood.
Well, the first song was Rage by Attila. Go ahead and read the song name.
This song is called Somebody Told Me by the Killers.
Oh, good song.
Somebody told me you had a cat who looked like a tree that I had in April of last year. It's not confidential. I've got potential. Ready? Let's kill onto something new. Taking its frost and I'm leaving without a kiki. Cause speaker ain't close and a spearmint rhino like this. I said cloud ain't close and a Corvus Studios LLC like this. Bring it back down, bring it back down, bring it down and 525,600 minutes. Never thought I'd let a catnip ruin my gravestone.
You would love a gravestone made of catnip, though. Like cat.
No,
feral
straight
cats,
up. I
just
want
like-
I want my grave plot to be. I want to be buried there, but then I want I want to be cremated, but on my ashes to be like a tree or catnip plants for strays.
I mean, I like that.
So, I thought about doing Billie Eilish, but the thing about that was, like, I thought a bad guy, and you thought that was bad with nouns. Like, I'm a bad noun. Something bad noun. Something noun.
The thing is,
noun.
if you would have given me like a hint that it was like Billie Eilish bad guy, I would have purposely made that into like
Something
a
ridiculous.
Care Bear soundtrack. I could have just. I was like, okay, do I want to go Demented or whatever? Because I was thinking of starting doing stuff like, I'd be like, clouds, Care Bears. Honestly, I wanted to just, with all the nouns that are happening there, I just want to start naming Care Bears. Wish Bear, Happy Bear, Sad Bear, the one lion.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, what's wrong with this guy?
Who is this?
Who
Anyway.
are you?
Hey, how's it going over here?
I don't want to talk to you.
I don't know, man.
Psycho. Hey, my favorite thing to play on drums is Psychosocial right now.
2/5 of our band knows how to play that.
I think 3/5 of our band know how to play that. I'm
I
sure
guess
Ashley knows
4/5.
how to play it.
So you're the only one.
I mean, I technically know the words.
Mine's pretty easy.
I did my time. Yeah, I mean,
Let's just cover it right now, guys.
I could probably learn how to play it pretty quick.
Oh, it's
on
I would think
bass.
so. You play
Yeah.
some pretty tasty stuff.
Yeah.
And if you can't play Slipknot,
Then what are you doing?
yeah.
What are we doing?
So
I'm gonna ask you, what's your favorite stuff to jam?
Like like hardcore jam. Like I just need to get
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, like what do you scream to?
Okay, so right now I've got like a playlist, and there's a lot of Attila, which is hilarious that you have that, and I do love Slipknot. I mean, I have loved Slipknot.
You like their
since-
new stuff?
I do.
Yeah?
I do.
I haven't listened to it.
And I like all of their side projects too, which is really cool.
And you?
I feel like I'm just gonna get so much shit for this because
It's gonna be some poppy band, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's gonna be a metal band that everybody cringes that I like.
What?
I really like Cradle of Filth.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Cradle of Filth is one that I listen to. I've been getting to Demi Borgir a lot again.
Do you like Dimmu
For, like,
Borgir?
some symphonic black metal stuff. But I mean, if you want to get really down and dirty, I am digging the new Signs of the Swarm. I thought you were gonna rip ass for a second.
No, I'm a girl. We don't do that.
Yeah, you weirdo.
Yeah, gosh.
So Signs of the Swarm.
Yeah, them. I mean, honestly, just about. I'll hit shuffle and it kind of goes.
You have Spotify?
I have YouTube Music, is what I use.
Innovator, what is happening?
Well, you pay for YouTube Premium, and then you get YouTube Music for free with it. So that's just what I listen to, and it automatically gives, like, if I listen to local bands on it, it automatically gives them AdSense monies because
Sick.
I'm listening on Premium. So
So
that's,
say that again,
Yeah.
so that way people can.
So if you have YouTube Premium, you can get YouTube Music for free, and usually on YouTube it bypasses ads, but the way it works then is the minutes you watch works as AdSense, but it actually gives them more money than normal AdSense does. So if I listen to like local bands, whatever, on YouTube Music, you can gain revenue if your distributor does that through like
Interesting.
And
DistroKid, for example. It'll automatically revenue back to you.
And on any streaming service, if you listen to a song for 30 seconds, that counts as a play and the artist will get that money. So, like, when it comes to literally any local band, I will do that. Or any regional band, I will just, like, listen. Even if I'm so sick of it, I'll listen for, like, 30 seconds, then I'll skip to the next one. Because it's like, here,
Yeah.
have your 3 cents.
How much of a song do you have to listen to before you have the right to skip it?
Oh, 2 seconds?
2 seconds?
Yeah. Yeah. Why? How about you?
Like if I've never listened to the band before,
Yeah.
or if I've known the band.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
If I've never listened to it
Yeah, yeah.
before, I will wait until the chorus or hook kicks in.
Okay.
And then I'll be like, nah, or like, all right.
See, I used to, like, really hate bass. Sorry. But you play guitar, right?
This is awkward.
I mean, I don't think anybody likes bass.
Right. So I used to never appreciate bass to the fact where when Johnny Craig, so not Johnny Craig, Johnny
Depp?
Christ from Avenged Sevenfold.
Mhm.
So when the Rev died,
Ugh,
I was
rip.
like, why couldn't it be Johnny Christ? I was that mad. I was like, who gives
Damn.
a shit about bass?
You know what's funny about that though is there's this video that went pretty big on YouTube for a while, and it was why bass is important, and it was either Number of the Beast or Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden without the bass on there.
Oh, it's a totally
Yeah.
different song.
You're
Yeah.
sitting there, it's like,
Well, because the bass is what gets the crowd going. Because, and I know like a lot of bass players will get frustrated because their parts can sometimes be too simple or they feel too simple. But it's like, that's what the crowd is like feeling. That's what the crowd is vibing
Give me that
on.
low wind.
But do you know the difference between a bass player and a mic stand?
Go for it.
You kind of need one on stage, but no one's going to notice if they're not there. I'm just kidding. Everyone notices.
no, I mean it's really interesting because I have seen a lot of bass players. I've jammed a lot of them, and me being initially a guitarist, I had a lot of lead stuff that I was good on, but I do enjoy playing rhythms and I do enjoy playing grooves. But there's also sometimes there's like this weird threshold. I think there's like three, just like with anything, I think, but there's like 3 categories. You have the bass players that, lack of better term, is a lazy bassist that's going to play just strictly the roots, and that's
Right.
just, and sometimes they're kind of they're like, if you look at bands, previous members, it's like 30 different bass players, just interchangeable left and right, nothing, a lot of special going on there, but that's awesome. It's, you're doing what you want to do, and that's what you want to play great. On the flip side, you have those bass players that literally copy the guitarist note for note, and that actually bloody annoys me. I don't know why I used an English phrase there for a second, but it's because it's like, okay, it's cool, because I have a buddy, his name's Jayden, and he plays in Black Plagues, and he made a thing a while back. It's like, look, bassist, you can do all the double thumbing, all the slapping and popping, sweeps and taps you want, but if you can't maintain a groove or anything like that and keep that in the bucket, you're basically useless.
I mean, it's...
Because you need to be able to maintain a groove, because in the fundamentals of it, the bass player and the drummer maintain the rhythm for everything that's going on. And if you can't maintain that kind of functionality, you're doing the entire band a disservice. That being said, I have been on both spectrums of that, to where I've done some stuff before, and Eliss has pulled me back for saying, let's just have you do this at this time. And I'm like, cool, let's go for it. I'll try and mess with something. I don't like it, they don't like it, or whatever. I cut it, and we just go from there.
You know what I really like about our band is, like, we can just say if we don't like something, and then, like, we'll change it.
Yeah.
And, because, you know, I don't think I'm a diva. I don't think I'm that way.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. But I feel
I
like
wouldn't say we really even have a diva on the
I don't
band.
think we have one, because I can even come to John, because, like, lead guitarists are notorious for being, oh, that's how he wrote it. And he's not that way at all.
Dude, John doesn't care.
He doesn't care. It's really nice.
Or even like we were literally 4 days out from going up to record a song, and we changed the last 45 seconds of it going to record when we did Coffee. Actually, edited a drum part on there, which then, and I liked it, but then I had to inadvertently rewrite my tapping during one of it, and it turned out perfect.
Yeah.
But we do that with a lot of stuff. We'll get through a song, and we're like, did that seem long?
Yeah.
A newer one that we're working on, I think we cut off 1.5 minutes of it.
We did. And it's really great.
And then we kind of we rearranged a few parts in there, and now it's just
like
perfect.
3:30 is the perfect length for a song.
It's perfect length. Well, and like when we played it, John's like, oh, I don't know, I just feel so short. And I was like, well, before we start adding things back in, let's just throw a timer on it. And it was like 3:45. And that's how long the song was.
Right.
It was like a 5-6 minute song. And then we trimmed it back that much. Because he was trying to write around lyrics that I wrote. But I was trying to add more lyrics in so that it felt short. And
Gotcha.
I don't know. I felt like that got boring. I apologize
I think
to everyone.
when I initially joined up with you guys, we had 2 songs. One is gone, and then No Man's Land is about 5 minutes, and the other one that was, I think, was Disposition, was borderline 6 minutes. But what was weird about that song is when it got to like the second half, it almost turned into a different song altogether. So it was almost like
Periphery's notorious for that.
It was weird, yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I was gonna say, I have a friend that's in the music industry itself, and like I sent him some of our early stuff, and he was like, "You guys need to learn how to write a structured song." And I was like, "Hey, John,
Mr. Anderson."
And I was like,
nobody will know who he is.
And I was like, John, like, hey, this is the feedback we got from like a label. And he was like, cool. And then he ran with it. And
Gotcha.
I think his feelings were, I feel like his feelings were hurt for like a hot second.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's totally valid. That's
Absolutely.
your art.
Yeah.
But then he was like, okay. And like, I think he's really, that's what I think really has improved our writing. And you can see that in our CD release coming January 11th at the Waiting Room. Pajama Party. Is that you'll see like, oh, those songs are kind of shitty. Well, that's because we've evolved past it.
Yeah.
We'll still play them.
Right.
But, like,
And they're fun to play.
they're fun to play.
But you can tell which ones are really evolving. And like I mentioned before this, when we finished Illusion of Time, that was kind of where it was like, it went Rescue Me and then Illusion of Time all got done about the same time. We were just kind of like, okay, I think we're figuring this out.
Yeah. And with the last like few that we've written, because we have so many songs that we're ready for a sophomore album already, and so it's really kind of exciting.
So your newest stuff is coming out January
11th at the Waiting Room.
11th.
Yes.
So we're actually going to be releasing a music video along with kind of this whole thing. So we're going, we're recording doing the music video in November, and then I should probably also plug our other shows. November 8th in Plattsmouth.
Yep, we're doing a benefit show with Keeper of the Morgue and Radiant Bones.
Yep, and then November 15th, we're headlining at The Lookout.
Okay.
And that's going to be with Scared in the Dark and The Clincher. They're both really talented metal bands. And then January 11th. So we've got a lot of stuff that we're doing like on the DL right now, and I'm just so excited. I just want to like...
If you don't mind me asking, who's doing your music video?
Aaron Gum.
Aaron Gum.
Yeah,
Another plug.
I know. Aaron Gum.
All right,
Yeah.
well, let's wrap this up. We got to go get to some shows.
Devil in the details.
What time is it?
It's like,
It's got to be like 8:45.
oh my
9:05.
gosh,
It is
it's
9:16.
Holy
Oh,
shit.
they go on in 14 minutes.
Or we got to look out because they have shows
What's the
going until
Lookout?
12:30.
What's the Lookout?
Downhearted, Live and Obey.
Oh, that's right. The hardcore
Oh, that's
show.
a good show too.
I'm gonna look out.
Oh.
Cause why? Just kidding. I might not have money for it. Anyhow, we're ending this thing. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.